Welcome back to the second round of the 29th Grand Arena season, and I'm playing against Shaku Bombaza. Greetings to him, shout out. We chatted after the last time we fought against each other, and also like this time, and it's a great player, great guy as well. So I was looking forward to that match, and it was quite an intense match, especially because the defense was quite intense that he put down, but also especially because of the datacrons that he had on his teams. For instance, this Ray datacron is kind of lethal. She gains a lot of like damage on top of her already high damage at Relic 9. And yeah, but more on that later. I started the match off with something that I felt comfortable with, like something easy. So taking in Qui-Gon Jinn against DR, which is usually good. Not the best banners, but okay banners, depending on how it turns out, of course. But here it was quite good. Full health, full protection on the remaining Jedi, so 73. Felt quite as a good start. And so I wanted to see if I can take out Rey in the next battle with Starkiller. But I totally forgot that, yeah, this TM gain, so this datacron contains of the TM gain mechanic they have, and they also stacking damage, or not stacking damage, like that race ultimate does more damage, or whatever it is. I don't know exactly. I was too lazy to read all the details. It was just lethal. Anyway, so they had a lot of tenacity as well, a lot of health steal, and the TM. So, and I went in blindly. I was like, oh wait, let's see if this will be an issue. I thought it might be an issue, but I just wanted to see for myself. So I went in with Starkiller, and because there isn't TM gain for Sith under Malak or against Malak, so I thought taking Vader, counting on ability blocks, but there, yeah, of course, tenacity comes in. So it felt really like a lost cause. So I don't really get team going. They're already like in the ultimate of Rey. I lost Vader. He did the wrong move. I like always messed those two up. I wanted to revive Vader actually, which potentially would have made things a little better, but maybe not. So, and eventually, suddenly almost my whole team was gone. So that was a loss. And yeah, so I felt like, okay, that was bad. I don't have many GLs myself on offense. So I tried maybe C can handle this. But yeah, again, this also will be a loss, spoiler. I had a feeling potentially if I would have taken in C as the first counter, it would have worked, because the TM gain might have even helped C to some extent to get through the ultimate faster, because they're taking more turns, or quicker turns. And but now with the TM that was already preloaded, I wasn't sure if this will work. I had a feeling it might get dicey. If Rey can get the ultimate faster, they can take out the sides quickly and then potentially CE without going to ult, or even having the chance to stack up like his mastery. Could get really dicey. So I was not sure, but at least I wanted to get out some of the sides so I can take in some team to clean it up. And so far so good. Getting into ult. Can step out our friend, what's her name? What's his name? JTR and Finn. But yeah, and then, okay, I was like, okay, healing immunity, so I link to get rid of it, but I'm so low on health that I have the feeling this might now, if the ultimate hits from Rey, I might be gone, and that was the case. So, super dicey matchup, and generally this feels a little bit overpowered to some extent, but I guess I just played it poorly as well. So that's a lot of like this round was like a lot of like poor play from my part, but also some really nice datacrons if you have them. If you don't, it's not so nice, or if you don't have a datacron that can counter them. Anyway, being Treya, I felt like, yeah, potentially I might need Bad Batch, so I didn't want to use Bad Batch here, so I took in Darth Revan. Also, of course, Malak helps against TM gain based Sith teams. Like, not really TM, this team is really TM based on the Maul, Darth Maul lead. but you get this 20%, so they get the head start, which is not really an issue against DR, but Malek just helps it deny this anyway, so it's not an easy battle, like in terms of you don't roll over them. For that, this Rio is too strong, especially with the stacking health on Nihilus, but at the same time, it's also not that much of a struggle. By the way, if you hear weird noises in the background, I'm watching a washing machine running, so in case someone is like, what's going on here, that's that. And I'm too lazy to cut that out or just to wait to make this recording because I already had to delay it a little bit and now I just want to get over with it. Then I went to against Gas again, Maul. It's a bit unfortunate that Maul is on gas duty most of the time right now. But that's okay. I think depending on how datacrons will turn out in future, if they will make changes to them, like ZG, if they potentially say, okay, we don't give them the GLs or we don't make them too overpowered, maybe more, even if they help, or especially with the help of some datacrons, might have a shot against GLs again, like JMK, for instance, or so. But until that, we can see what we can do. And yeah, this battle is straightforward. I've done it quite several times now, so it's essentially quite easy. Get frenzy triggered, take down gas, take down the clones, and then recover your banners. Of course, you need bow for that, and then it's quite a simple battle for full banners this time. Then I made a mistake. When I selected the team, I wanted Best Elite here, but then I somehow fat-fingered JKR. I even tried to switch them, but still did the wrong placement, which was weird. So I guess I was somewhere else with my head. Almost cost me this battle, but eventually it didn't. Once Jedi get rolling, and then the Dash team is just too weak. Take out our friend Vendor, then take out Dash. And then it's whatever, who's next. I'm mainly about recovering banners now. Because usually this is a full banner battle, you get 65, but now it's like, okay, I need to attack out of turns to recover banners. And at the same time, we don't want to kill them too fast, because, JKL, he's R9 on my roster. And right now he's sitting at about like 14,420 damage. With a crit damage triangle, so I'm quite proud of that. But at the same time, this was before that, even he hits quite hard. Sometimes you just don't want that, but in this case, whatever. Lost 3 banners there. Then I sped up this match. It was, I kept JMK for offense because I felt that the datacrons that Jakku had were a little bit, not overpowered, but powerful. And if there was Lord Vader, I might not have a good counter for it. And if there were 2 or 3 GLs, I potentially would be in need from JMK. So I took JMK here, and it was a bit of a weird battle because I'm really not used to use JMK that much, which sounds weird. In Arena, I still play Lord Vader because I like the team more than JMK. Don't get me wrong, I like JMK, I like the team, but it's just like too overpowered in a sense that I usually don't try to play the overpowered teams so much. But the downside of this is sometimes you just forget how things work, or not really forget how things work, but you forget about the nuances, and nuance about Lord Vader is just like hammer down Lord Vader, that's all there is to it. If you focus too much on the sides, especially if the datacrons have self-steal and have cooldown reductions, or stacking offense and that kind of funky stuff, it feels like, if you waste all the time and energy in a tank, you give Lord Vader A, time to build up his mastery by getting more ults, or B, you just waste the time that could have been spent on taking him out. And so I switched targets from the tank to Lord Vader, and felt like, okay, I take him out first, and then I take out Royal Guard. But also took me a while to figure it out. So it was kind of stupid. And as you can see, he's almost in another ult, and so when he's switching that, he will shake off his the healing immunity, then he will heal himself up, and then you start all over again. So it was like, but it's a bit weird. Oh, not weird, it's just like it gets a little bit dicey, because when you play it manually, it just takes sometimes too long. So at some point you just want to press auto, which I did here, and then you just like have to target manually, of course. But I had to wait for high ground to happen before I could do that, so now I want this guy, and now just auto it. What did I place auto? I stopped auto because auto sometimes is stupid. Yeah, just want to get him out and then take down. It was stupid, I could have cleansed here, but yeah, anyway. So spoiler, I take him out, but it's just like, you can see that this health steal. You have it in the red, he does like this, the first special or even the second special, and then you have the feeling we start all over again. The armor shreds help, but also not that much when the health steal is so high, so we need really a good sequence of hits to take him out, which happened here, and so when I was ordering it just like to take out Royal Guard as well. I guess if this was in Relic 9 Royal Guard, I would have climbed out, not sure. But yeah, it wasn't, so I was happy to get the one shot here for full banners, but still it's also quite an expensive counter. Then we have another instance of the Scoundrel, Smuggler / whatever teams with a super fast Queel. And usually, yeah, I don't mind these teams so much, I can take in Geos, but this one was too fast for me to take Geos with Gideon. And so I thought, okay, I don't have use for my Bounty Hunter somewhere else, so I take them here. With Sam Omicron, that is. So you get quite a speed bump. Here I was debating who take it out. Take out Queel. Do I take out Boba? I take out Boba because he's also annoying with the ability blocks, his rocket and that, and then I can focus down Queel as the next one. Because sometimes he's beefy, but his was like Relic 5, it was played into my decision. If it was Relic 8 or so, I would have taken out him instead of Boba. But here it was like, okay, take him out. And then, yeah. Before I take out Django, then I want to trigger like a turn on Letan, so I took him out next, and then it's mainly about, okay, there's a tank, I go for the tank. Yeah, I can ignore him now, so I can take in the basic or call to assist without any assist, because suddenly Django was gone, and then you end again for full banners this battle. Relatively straightforward. So then I went back to Ray. I was like, okay, this is a mess. Maybe Gas can do something. My goal at least was to take out the sides, so I can then go in with something else and clean it up. But there were also hopes that potentially I could one-shot this. Not one-shot, like a one-shot cleanup now. But with Ray, you never know. Like, especially when the turn meter is... she has this turn meter gain of X amount %. It's a little bit messed up because things that felt safe before, like, okay, I guess I have so many turns before the hit comes from her, or before I have to be careful. It's just different now. At least I got out of Malak, so that was nice. Then, of course, her ult didn't do much because my Gas was standing, but now I have to, yeah, take out 5. I don't get sacrificed. It was unfortunate, but yeah. So I tried to get down Poe as well. That of course didn't do much, so then I have to take in a Whirlwind, and yeah, now it goes quickly down the drain. Another Whirlwind, because I was stupid enough to attack Poe, but at least got him out, and so Gas, as you can see, like 600,000 something from Ray. And so I was now just about draining cooldowns, but she also had a higher health steal, so it was a really risky thing to do. Not cooldowns, but you want to get in damage immunity. Sorry, that was wrong. But the thing is, you can see here, that was super, that she does basic and she gains so much back, which is a bit weird because the damage she dealt was not that high, right? So, because those characters don't have that much health, so this was sometimes weird. Yeah, anyway, so then I said, okay, I stop for Ray now and go to the north. Wanted to see what Knights can do against this Saudi team. And it was quite fun, like to see, or not fun, but interesting. Talia is too slow, so I can't cleanse the debuffs. And then something interesting here, we have a revive of the Terminate from IPD, because he was the weakest, so he gets the revive from Sorty, and so 2 times the charm. I think this is a bit weird. I think there shouldn't be a revive for that mechanic. I guess this is something that you can get with the Omicron in sort of territory battles from IPD. So here you get a preview of this. He takes out 2 characters and comes back. It feels a little bit broken, to be honest, in this scenario. Yeah, but anyway, so that was a loss, but it was interesting to see this finding. Then I took him ban with yeah, not ideal lineup because they're not clocked or something like that, but was still okay. There was 1 less droid, so I was not too afraid of this battle because it meant less debuffs from their side, so both Sorty and IG wouldn't do that much damage because they're still T3. Yeah, Benny trying to control them. Of course, there is Fennec for extra birds. Then killing the droid, but they come back because in this case they were the weakest T3 M4. I'm not sure. I felt like Terminate, if they kill someone, it can't be revived. So I wonder why that was. Is it more like Savior, this thing, or is it a revive? I guess it's like Savior, and that makes sense. But yeah, again, was it a bit like interesting to learn because I didn't face that many sorties yet, mostly in freeze, I guess. Which makes sense. KMG came out during the last 3 was 3, is that right? I don't remember. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments, I don't know. Time is just like one big blob for me. Yeah, so this team does quite well, but still. Again, drop battle, which was unnecessary. You could have taken this team from the get-go, because I think it's just more reliable. There's more survivability, there's more control compared to the Night Sisters. But yeah, have to figure these things out as we go. Then I felt like maybe Wampa can do something versus Ray, because I know it can. He can. She can. But yeah, as you can see, not really. And at least for me, like in my case, for that I think you need more health on your Wampa. Mine is only like 90 something K plus protection, and it's enough for like one whirlwind, but then it's not enough to, you know, withstand within the battle. And then okay, taking the big guns, the one team that I trust was Raid, like, or against any GL except SKR maybe, like it's a bad batch. Because of the healing immunity, their days, so no turn meter gain for her, like generally. The true damage, all this kind of stuff, blind, and this, they're really a great team. And my Wrecker is still R8, but he still can take a whirlwind if you're taking full bad batch team at a full bad batch team. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this like with an R7 Wrecker. So I'm still debating if I should take him to R9 right now or not sure. Potentially yes, but then there are so many candidates that I want to take to R9 that I almost feel like I don't want to take anyone to R9 right now. Which is like, sounds like a luxury problem, which it is of course, but sometimes, you know, there are some characters you're super excited for, reliking up like, I don't know, Dark Trooper or whatever, Maul, Starkiller. This is the back wall, by the way. Before I get lost, I felt like I have nothing for this. What do I do now? I guess I can't even full clear. And there, then I did the Build-A-Bear team. We're coming back to the red discussion later. The Build-A-Bear team against this Qui-Gon Jinn team, because yeah, bad batch I just used. So I felt like, I need something fast to strip down the turn meter, so I take Gideon. I need to control Anakin, so I take him Thrawn. I need something against Jedi, so I want to take an Inquisitors, getting the bonuses of blind, and then maybe Emperor to kind of, you know, get some turn meters here, and get control via stunts. And it felt interesting enough, it kind of worked, but it also felt super dicey, because this team feels kind of frail, except you have the reduced damage intake because of Gideon, but it still feels kind of frail. So, but as long as JKA is under control, it feels okay. Then took out while JKA was still in fracture. I took out Qui-Gon Jinn, then I took out the tank, the second tank, GK, and now it was like, okay, what do I do now? When I do pass a turn, can I stun again potentially? Yes, I can, at least the person that is important, and maybe I can take them out, which almost happened here, and now it did. So now we have 2 times foresight, which isn't ideal. Then you get shock again, which was nice. Lost the 5th brother here, a little bit unfortunate, but at this point in time I was kind of confident that I can win this. Got blind on Cam, could strip down Terminator again, armor shred, and fracture, so that was a one shot. I didn't expect it, to be honest. I was like, okay, if I at least can take out Qui-Gon Jinn, I would be happy and can drag this down, but I got a one shot, so that was nice. Then I was like, felt like doing a Hail Mary versus Aiden with Javas, and yeah, I took out Snowtrooper. That was nice, but still, again, unfortunate because it was stupid. Like, I wanted to see Wampa if it works against Rey. I had a hunch it wouldn't, it didn't, but here would I have needed Wampa. And then I remembered it was a Star Killer. Yeah, I still had GG on offense. This was a very fast Mara as well, so, and I didn't have anything else. And my goal was here, because I'm not really used to use Droideka here, my goal was, not Droideka, GG, my goal was to at least take out one character so I can circle this down with the trash I had left, and I focused on pieces here. I don't know exactly why. Other character might have been better, like EP for instance, just to stop the Terminator train as well. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of worked because they focused down the tank first instead of Newt. I got the rear of Newt, so I got the chance to land target locks, but also take out Reese's, and I was now feeling, oh, maybe this is a one shot. Doesn't look too bad right now. Taking out Starkiller after I applied the thingy from Newt, which was stupid. Extortion is the name of the thingy. But usually take out the guys when the opening presents itself, so that is what I did. So got a one shot here, but I really didn't expect. I lost 6 banners, but still was okay. It was a one shot. Then now the rest of the stream is Operation Circ down Aiden. Yeah, I still had teams left, which is easy to overlook when these deck even with like 10 plus million. Usually you go into your roster and feel like, okay, this is just trash. What I have left here? Can I even do teams that do something? And the answer is yes, you can. But it sometimes just like feels weird to do so because you're used to certain teams you always use, and then you have stuff left, and that usually doesn't do the trick. But here, like this Sith team, I had to take an all Sith because I wanted to revive mechanic for Dooku, and I needed him because of his shocks. And it felt quite good. Talent, quite some damage here. Took out Magma, and then Death was the next to follow, and I was kind of surprised this team worked at least a little bit. But to take down Stormtrooper, yeah, for that it wasn't strong enough. And so after we renamed the stream, or like this video, to Circ down Aiden, we now can see, let's see what Aiden Stormtrooper can beat. Because I can't take them out here, so they are left. And now I thought, let's take in Finn, because there is some control. I have ability blocks, I have stun. Maybe I can prevent Aiden from handing out her buff, so that you get a revive, or you hinder Aiden to get a revive on Stormtrooper, so I can potentially take him out. And here it was okay, I could control her, got the ability blocks, got, yeah, some exposes, but here it happened, and so all the progress was gone, unfortunately. And so, yeah, the idea was okay, but it didn't really turn out the way it should have turned out. And then Aiden is just, and it was just too strong. he would also be potentially a candidate for Relic 9, to be honest. Like, then you would have some great damage output, even though you would pop more for potency. Just saying. Or if you have like a really good datacron with like 100 plus potency, just more there for offense and see her melting down characters. Potentially, I have the feeling like, depending on what situation is like, she also could take out, or the troopers, like with the initial barrage, take out Bomber. Yeah, just another like leftover team I had. Then I had Geos. I knew that would be a rough one because of the attacks out of turn. But I want to see if Spy maybe can do something. Spy is also for me a candidate for Relic 9, to be honest. So whenever I think about Relic 9, I don't think about tanks, which is funny enough. I think about other stuff, which might not benefit directly from Relic 9. Tanks do, but if you, like I said it like in a video before, like let's say Relic 10 is like the attacker relic, then you still have to apply Relic 9 to them anyway, so you can also do it immediately. So we don't know that yet, so don't do it. It's just not no advice. It's just like my take on things, because funny enough, like most Relic 9s I have are on attackers. Some tanks, yeah. And for tanks, there's so many I would love to give it to that I don't know which one to pick, and so I take the next best shiny thing, which often is not a tank. So yeah, just wanted to end this comment or this commentary that I started before, or this topic. Yeah, and so just for information, in Aiden with Stormtrooper can undersize Geos. So, and then I had another like leftover team where I was like, can I do anything? I don't know. I wanted to have the healing unity from the lead from Moff Gideon, but at the same time, for that to trigger, I would take them, or would get to the health, which of course didn't happen because there is no damage output on this, except potentially HK. But yeah, there's no survivability he doesn't have the other tools to support the damage output, so that's why. Again, a lost cause, and I was like, okay, potentially I cannot full clear. I didn't expect it, to be honest, because when I saw Starkiller and like Aiden and Qui-Gon, I felt like, okay, I can't even full clear, but now I'm in, like close to it. But luckily enough, I still had my troopers team, so when in doubt, always use troopers. Of course, you still have the same problem as with Geos, with attacks out of turn, but you also have Dark Trooper, and his damage output is just, yeah, overall too big, too huge for the other downside effects like attacks out of turn and stuff to matter. So you can eventually take out Stormtrooper, and then you can go for Aiden, and then the team is taken out. It takes a while. Potentially, if this was Relic 9 on Stormtrooper, potentially it wouldn't work, but it does, as you can see here, and so you can now take out Aiden. She takes out range, which was unfortunate, but still at least like got the south wall cleared. And then we go into the ships. I sped it up because it wasn't really that interesting. Yeah, so versus Rados, I played Rebels. Soon, like now we have Rados as a character, like the guy this ship is named after, I guess. And people expect that the Rebel people soon will come, like the Profundity from, which is the ship which Rados command. And potentially it will be a scoundrel, so not bounty hunters, but scoundrel fleet, like with those like cargo ships, maybe potentially, because we have quite some of them in the in our rosters. But yeah, we will see. I actually think another like capital ship doesn't make too much sense right now. We need other ships, or we just don't need chips at all. No one cares about chips. And yeah, but now here we're in the second battle. We had the classic starting lineup of Executor, so I felt like comfortable taking in Executor and got Xanadu out, then got out Slave 1, so no big problem here. Now trying to see if I can stun Houndstooth. Yes, it works. You can get it. Just waiting now for the kit to land or for next reinforcement, so I can bring out Ebon Hawk, so I can land buff immunity on Houndstooth and then get a big hit. So I should have potentially waited. Then comes in IG 2000, so still have to get the tank out and 2 other ships, which is a little bit dicey. But here got out Houndstooth, and now can focus down IG. Got a stun here, mass assist, almost took it out. Now it's out, and now it's 4 against 1, which usually should be enough, but you never know versus Executor, because the ultimate for them is close, and you might land a dodge or something like that, a dodge. So here was close, but then take out my finalizer. There lost Xanadu, not Xanadu, Ebon Hawk, and now it's the capital ship versus them, but it wasn't enough for them, and so I could win this one. I wanted to say capital ship plus Razor Crest versus 3 of my ships. And then we play my Executor against the Thrawn fleet, I think. It was Thrawn, yeah. And here we have this case where, as the first ship, the shuttle comes out, Emperor's Shuttle instead of the Interceptor. And I was in hopes, so maybe I can take this out before Interceptor comes out. Maybe I got lucky. So I called in IG to land the stun. And yep, was lucky enough, got 72 banners, that was nice. But overall, I lost the match because I lost too many banners in all these battles. And so shout out to Jakub and Baza, it was a great match, was fun. Actually, I didn't expect it to be that much fun. And congrats to you, and I'm happy for you that you took it home, was well deserved. So we're 1 victory, 1 loss this season, so we'll see how the next match goes, which will be against the former Kyber 1 champion, so it'll be interesting. So thanks for watching, bye!